The Yankees have made their way to the Lone Star State. From Kansas City, traveling quickly to Dallas, Texas. And tonight in Arlington, they will play baseball at Globe Life Park. It's the Yankees against the Rangers in the first game of a 3-game set, and it's time for Yankees baseball on Pix 11. Hey everybody, Ryan Rucco alongside David Cohn. So happy to be with you this Monday night for Yankees baseball on Pix 11. You know, the Yankees took a rubber game against the Royals yesterday, have now won 8 straight series, something they had not done since 1998. And we've seen it all year, David. They get contributions up and down the lineup. Huge series in Kansas City from Aaron Hicks, and then a big Sunday from Tyler Austin.
Yeah, you talk about a circular lineup. There are no easy outs up and down, and you know, Aaron Hicks has been waiting to kind of get going a little bit, and his bat is really heated up from both sides of the plate. You see the line drive from the left side and from the right side off the top of the wall, and that's going to bounce around in the corner. And there at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, that's a tough one to go field, as he's going to cruise on home with his second inside the Parker of the year. And then a booming triple to dead center from Aaron Hicks, a big day for him. And what can you say about Tyler Austin? Wow, is this kid strong? That ball is absolutely destroyed halfway up the stairs, over 440 feet away. And how about a moonshot? Let's go for 2. A multi-homer day for Tyler Austin, and no cheapies there as he makes a bid to say, hey, I want to stay and I want to play.
Yeah, and he is back in the lineup tonight. You see the last 3 games, each of these 2 players grading out at an A+. Hicks was 7 for 12 in the series against the Royals. Austin extending back to that game against the Nationals, 6 for 11 in his last 3 contests with 3 home runs and 7 runs batted in. Well, tonight the Yankees are going to face a familiar foe, and really he's a familiar foe to the entire league. Bartolo Colon still out there doing his thing at almost 45 years old.
Yes, Thursday he's going to be 45 years old. Just remarkable. I mean, you know, he's a guy I used to play against, so that's good for me. You know, I like these guys that are still around, but he could field his position even off the breadbasket. No problem there. Got plenty of cushion as Bartolo does it all. And then he could always paint the inside corner with that Greg Maddux style moving fastball. Got a little wrinkle on the outside too. He can do it all as Bartolo knows what he's doing. He does not mess around. He comes right after the hitters.
Bartolo Colon so far this season for Texas, a 2.82 ERA. Look at the strikeouts to walks, 32 strikeouts to just 4 walks. That is the best ratio in the American League. Well, after a day off yesterday, Gary Sanchez takes his big bat back to the Yankee lineup tonight, looking to pick up where he left off Saturday. We'll have lineups, first pitch and baseball next here on Pix 11. The summer starts here at Toyota. Let's go places. By the New York Lottery, play all 4 of the new Mayhem Scratch-Off games. Get one today. By your Tri-State BMW centers. By McDonald's, where will your sip take you? Come to McDonald's and try a frozen strawberry lemonade. By Spectrum, TV the way you want it, more HD, more on demand. Get it now at spectrum.com. And by your Tri-State area Land Rover retailers, Land Rover above and beyond. The fans speeding into Globe Life Park here in Arlington, Texas. Let's take a look at the keys to the game. They're brought to you by Infinity. Empower the drive.
Well, you have 2 of the starting pitchers tonight that are the best strike throwers in the game. Bartolo Colon, only 4 walks on the year. Masahiro Tanaka, legendary control versus his strikeout ratio. And to me, that affects the hitter's approach. Early and often, I anticipate, Ryan, seeing a lot of aggressive swings early in the count because they know both of these pitchers don't mess around. And also with both of these pitchers, it's the big fly watch. Both of them are also prone to home runs, and we've talked about that with Tanaka as well. And you know, who wins the home run differential tonight is probably going to be one of the keys to the game.
Well, the Yankees certainly won the home run differential in Kansas City. 9 home runs over the last 2 games to take that series against the Royals. And Aaron Boone's team has had the best home run differential in baseball. Tom Verducci did an interesting story on it today as far as home runs hit versus home runs given up. A stat that certainly yields results.
If you look at it historically, it's so simple, but it does tell a story, you know. And Verducci, yeah, that was a great article he wrote. He's written a lot. He's a good guy to follow, and how many you give up and how many you hit goes a long way to tell the story of how many games you're going to win.
And even though Bartolo Colon has had a solid year, he has been susceptible to the long ball as the Rangers take the field. We'll take a look at the Yankees starting lineup brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. For the Yankees, it's Brett Gardner leading off. Aaron Judge in the 2-hole. He's 0 for his last 15. Giancarlo Stanton will DH and hit third. Didi Gregorius back in the lineup after Aaron Boone gave him a breather for 2 days. Gary Sanchez has been heating up his last 5 games. He hits 5th with Aaron Hicks behind him. Tyler Austin in there against the righty Colon after his big Sunday. Neil Walker and Gleyber Torres round out the Yankees lineup.
There he is, the best pitcher on the Texas Rangers this year, and those numbers tell a story. He's back. And let's go ahead and check out the pitchers scouting report brought to you by the Nissan Tech for All Sales event. And he really is the ageless wonder. We've mentioned it, but it bears repeating. He's going to be 45 years old on Thursday. Just remarkable. And he is a control freak, meaning he doesn't like to walk guys. Only 4 walks this year. He does not mess around, but he lives on the edges as well. He can thread the needle on the corners with the best of them. And Juan Marichal, the Dominican dandy, well, he is currently tied with Juan Marichal for the most wins ever by a Dominican-born pitcher. He's got 242 career wins. One more, and he will tie Juan Marichal, who is widely considered not only one of the greatest pitchers in the history of the game, but certainly the greatest from the Dominican Republic.
We'll take a look at the Rangers defense behind Colon, brought to you by TD Bank, America's most convenient bank. Gallo to Shields, Nomar Mazar across the outfield. You have Falefa, Profar, Odor, Guzman, and Chirinos catching Colon. The Rangers have made more errors than any team in baseball and have really struggled defensively this season and have struggled overall at 18-30 as Gardner takes high ball 1 from Colon. And that catches the outside corner
of the batter's box.
Yeah. Home plate umpire Jerry Davis with a very generous strike 1 given to Colon. And then Gardner goes and chases that one, and you know exactly what he's thinking. If you call that other one, it means I have to swing at this one.
The old school bench jockeying phrase would be call the game, not the name. Of course, Bartolo's got a great reputation.
The 1-2. Gardner stays alive.
And it matters, Ryan. It does. The counts matter when, how the strike zone is called. Who's on the mound matters. Who's in the box. All these things matter.
You go from 2-0 to 1-1. Obviously, immediately changes the count. As Gardner pops that up. Foul to stay alive. Gardner was one of the Yankees who's still with the team that was also in the Bronx when Bartolo Colon was a Yankee. CC Sabathia the other, and then Dellin Betances was there in spring training that year. 2-2.
We just were sure when Bartolo was a Yankee, that was the end of the line. It had to be. That was, what, 10 years ago? I mean, it seems like it.
Gardner punches that deep to left field. Delino DeShields won't get to it. That's going to go to the wall. Gardner rounding second. He will hang on there, and it's a leadoff double for Brett Gardner.
Well, Ryan, watching Gardner in batting practice today, he was really looking to drive the ball, hit several home runs, kind of waiting for that power surge this year. And Gallo playing very shallow in left field, really had no chance to even attempt to get that.
Yankees are 23-3 this season when they score first, best in the majors. Texas 2-21 when they allow the game's first run, worst in the majors. Yankees set up with Gardner on second, nobody out. Judge grounds that to the left side. Gardner headed for third. Profar took a moment and then eventually threw out Judge as Gardner gambled but able to advance.
Profar could not get the handle. He wanted to take a shot. Gardner relying on his legs. The rule of thumb, if it's hit in front of you like that, you do not go, and Profar was trying to get rid of it but could not.
So Gardner at third with one out. Here is Stanton. Ball one. Stanton hitting .362 over his last 15 games. 6 homers, 15 ribbies in those 15 contests. Big swing and a foul tip.
It's always the case in the early going here is Stanton is starting to heat up, but getting good pitches to hit. Chasing that one well inside off the plate.
The 1-1. Again chased.
It's not all fastballs with Bart. Little wrinkle there, as you see. He can invent a pitch on the fly as well. 82 miles an hour with that off-speed pitch.
So Colon ahead 1-2. And Stanton just makes a little contact to stay alive. Colon, a career ERA of 6.11 against the Yankees. That's 4th highest all time. And the highest ERA he has against any opponent in his career. The 1-2. Blocked by Chirinos.
Colon with 3 straight changeups to Stanton. I mean, that's what you're talking about, the highest ERA versus the Yankees.
Jamie Navarro at the top of the list, so we know that won't be the trivia question tonight. David's expecting a nasty trivia question today after yesterday was a little more of a soft landing spot. Here's the 2-2. Outside, could not run it back, and it's full on Stanton. Didi Gregorius on deck after his 2 days off. Batting cleanup tonight. Had hit third for quite a while. The payoff. Stanton stays alive.
Stanton does have 19 walks on the year.
Colon has just 4. The 3-2. And Stanton waves and misses outside the zone and goes down on strikes.
Little variation off the Colon fastball. Slight cut to that pitch. He added a little velocity. He tried subtracting. Normally you see a swing back, a two-seam movement going left to right. That one a slight right to left movement. And that's what Colon does. Different variations off of his fastball.
As Didi Gregorius steps in, let's welcome in Meredith Marakovitz.
Well, Ryan, as we know, Didi Gregorius has really struggled mightily in the month of May. He has just 1 hit in his last 45 at-bats. I spoke to hitting coach Marcus Timms and asked him what he's been doing the last 2 days when he had off. He said the first day he told him, don't even pick up a bat. Don't take batting practice. Don't get in the cage. Just get away from it all. Yesterday, they worked in the cage a little bit on staying on his legs a little bit better. They felt like he was floating a little bit. But overall, throughout this stretch, they feel like he has still been making good contact, so they didn't want to tweak too much. They think it's a matter of time till things start to go his way.
Good looking swing there. And to your point, Meredith, one of the things that Didi pointed out was he said, hey, the analytics guys said my exit velo is actually up this month. Keep doing what I'm doing. But you see, he has not had the results of late. The ground ball percentage has been way up in May compared to what it was in April.
It'll be interesting to see how Colon approaches Didi, because one of the things I've noticed is that a lot of opposing pitchers are pounding him away. Hard stuff and soft away. Nothing inside.
The 0-2. There's a line drive into center field, but it will hang up for DeShields. And that's the way things have gone for Didi Gregorius of late. He stroked it, but right into Shields, and Colon escapes trouble. Falafala, we're going to have to try that pronunciation one more time. He's in the 3 spot, just a contact guy, not your normal number 3 hitter. Nomar Mazara batting cleanup. Profar in the 5. Joey Gallo, a lot of power batting 6. Odor, Chirinos, and Guzman. He's in there really for his glove to round out the Rangers starting lineup.
And Tanaka-san on the mound down here in Texas. His 10th start of the year. Trying to trend in that right direction. And let's give you the pitcher scouting report brought to you by Nissan. Shop, choose Nissan.com, and 3 straight no decisions, a little bit of a mixed bag. 1 quality start in there. Is looking to get, on the winning side of the ledger and get some run support. And the fastball watch is always trending down. We've talked about it for years. He uses his fastball less and less. Still needs to use it enough to protect his other pitches. And the damage control, as always. How many homers? Keep the ball in the ballpark.
Tanaka, 10th highest home runs allowed per 9 innings in the American League. As DeShields takes strike 1. Delino DeShields with a lot of speed. Torres to the backhand. And in time to get DeShields for the first out. Smooth play by the Yankees rookie. And we will take a look at the Yankees defense. It's brought to you by your local Try-On-to dealer. Gardner, Hicks, and Judge across the outfield. Neil Walker getting the start at third base tonight with Didi Gregorius, Gleyber Torres, Tyler Austin at first, and Gary Sanchez catching Masahiro Tanaka.
I mean, a very difficult play. And ho-hum. Oh, yeah, I got this. No problem. Pick it, wheel and deal. Nothing to it.
I was talking to him earlier about just how smooth he's been at second base, and if there felt like there was any adjustment period, said all the work he did with his coaches last year, at the beginning of this year, has made him feel so comfortable over there at second.
Well, that's a good point, Ryan. He is a shortstop. Really came up, and he is a legitimate major league shortstop. And his lateral movement and range have really jumped out at us and been surprising.
Covers ground effortlessly, and then also has the arm to complete those plays.
A lot of defensive metrics nowadays, and it's a small sample size, and those things get a little noisy because of that, but he's grading out very nicely.
Tanaka behind 3-1 on Shin-Soo Choo. There's a strike. Choo was trying to sell ball 4, but that was a clear strike. See the shift from the Yankees against Choo. 3 infielders on the right side of the diamond. The payoff. He is low, ball 4, and Choo is on. Here is Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. He is not your prototypical number 3 hitter. The Rangers very banged up right now. Adrian Beltre, Elvis Andrus, both on the DL. And Falefa is more of a utility player. But Jim Bannister has him hitting third because of his ability to just control the bat, not strike out, make contact. And he actually sacrificed bunted in the first inning a couple games ago with first and second and nobody out.
I'm glad I've heard you say that name a couple times before I start butchering it. Kiner-Falefa.
I think I'm 2 for 3. There was one butcher in there for me. And Tanaka behind him 2-0.
Thought it was a street food in Manhattan, right? Falafel? Falefa. Okay, got it.
Close. The Halal Brothers.
Yes.
Fantastic in Manhattan.
They go good about midnight.
Sometimes later. Choo leads off first. The 2-1. Hit hard on a hop to Gregorius, bangs off him, but what a glove flip from Didi to improvise for the out at second. Terrific recovery from Gregorius for the out.
Yes, it was, Ryan. This ball smoked and comes up high. Those are the toughest ones. Look how high that hop was. Almost letter high. And great athleticism by Didi just to recover and had to go get it because it bounced off a ways.
Such a fluid recovery. Quick glove flip, more like a glove tap. Here's Nomar Mazara. Dangerous hitter, 10 home runs already this season. And CJ Nitkowski, who works on the Rangers TV side of things, was sharing an interesting nugget with us about Mazara before the game, that of all the major league hitters who have 10 home runs this year, I believe there's 30 of them, he has the lowest launch angle.
Meaning he's more of a line drive style hitter, but still is getting his share of home runs. Very talented young man. Still just 23 years old.
Able to get on top of those high fastballs and drive them out. 20 home runs last year, 20 home runs his rookie season in 2016. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, big wave, and it's 0-2. Mazara 2 for 8 in his career against Tanaka with a double and a homer. The 0-2. Delayed steal, it seemed like, as the throw sails into center. Falefa's going to take off for third and make it. So a stolen base, E2, and now the Rangers with a runner at third with 2 outs.
It's a good call, Ryan. It's a well-executed delayed steal. And watch how late he breaks. He just a big couple of jumps, catches Sanchez off guard, catches Didi off guard. That's how you do a delayed steal right there. Perfectly executed.
Didi Gregorius with a remarkably athletic split leap to avoid Falefa.
I mean, the reason that's so effective, because Sanchez has to catch the ball. And the minute the pitch is released, both the infielder and Sanchez will take a peek. And if the runner's not going, then you almost look away and you have a tendency to forget about him. So the element of surprise really worked.
1-2. Blocked nicely by Sanchez. And you do not see it often at the major league level.
It's a daring play. You have to have some guts to take a chance like that. Texas willing to do anything, right, to try to scratch out some runs and get some wins, as they've had a tough start to their year.
24th in baseball in runs per game. The 2-2. Rope foul. Rangers have struggled mightily on both sides of the baseball, but offensively they're last in the American League in batting average, 29th overall in baseball. They're last in the American League in on-base percentage. They are last in the American League in slugging percentage. And you see where they rank in all of baseball when it comes to the offensive and the pitching side of things.
You score 4 and give up more than 5. That doesn't work.
No. And now the count full as Mazara has worked it back from 0-2. The meek-hitting Jurickson Profar is on deck. How careful is he going to be with Mazara here?
Well, obviously Mazara will chase, but he hasn't the last 2. He did early in the count, but late in the count he's become more selective. I think the inside corner's open, a la Bartolo.
The payoff did not chase, and Mazara works the walk. So 2 walks in the inning from Tanaka, and now runners on the corners for Jurickson Profar, who is like Didi Gregorius from Curacao, and they are good friends, always hanging out, working out together in the offseason, along with Andrelton Simmons. You see them saying hello before the game. Kenley Jansen, another one.
Well, the respect for Didi really so apparent.
bounced up there, stopped by Sanchez. I was talking to Didi about Profar before the game, and the consensus is from both Profar and Andrelton Simmons that Didi is the best basketball player among them. And Didi said, oh, no, that's definitely true. I can shoot, man. I'm dangerous from 3, although it's been a while since I played. He said, they have me at soccer, though. I always had a tough time keeping up with them at that sport. That's a generous call off the outside corner for strike 1.
You know, Didi's so humble in his post-game tweets when the Yankees win, but don't think for a minute he's not confident. Very confident in his abilities. He just doesn't like to talk about himself.
1-2 now on Profar, as that was beautifully dotted from Tanaka.
Splitter running right to the corner. I think Tanaka probably wants it down a little more, but he'll take the outside corner in the strike call at 88 miles an hour.
22 pitches so far in this first for Tanaka. With runners on the corners. 2 out. Tanaka ahead in the count, 1-2. Grounded toward the middle. Gregorius had him played perfectly. And that will end the inning. The Rangers strand 2 as Tanaka pitches around trouble. No scores. We head to the second. Who's Hot, brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Last 6 games, Yankees hitting .305 as a team and slugging a robust .568. 14 home runs as the Yankees offense keeps rolling, and Sanchez takes strike 1. Aaron Boone getting Gary Sanchez back in the lineup after a day off yesterday. Sanchez had his second career 4-hit game on Saturday, including his 10th career multi-home run game. Little flare into shallow center. DeShields can't get to it. And Sanchez is on with a leadoff single.
Well, DeShields can flat out fly. He's got no business coming even close to this. This is a bleeder, a broken bat. That's supposed to be a knock. He almost got there. According to StatCast, he's the second fastest guy in the big leagues to Byron Buxton in Minnesota. What an effort on a ball that nobody gets close to.
And able to keep it in front of him despite the dive. Here is Hicks. Aaron Hicks torched the Royals in Kansas City, a 7 for 12 series, and you see the batting average now up to 250. As David pointed out yesterday, the on-base percentage has been 100 points higher all season. Popped up, left side. Falefa has room. One down. That'll bring up Tyler Austin. In there against a righty tonight after the damage he's done against lefties his last 3 games.
Very interesting, right? I mean, Aaron Boone has shown that he is pliable. He's willing to bend and make decisions and play his gut just a bit. I talked to Aaron before the game a little bit. He admitted we've got some tough decisions coming up. The fact that Austin's back in this game against the righty, you see against lefties how he just absolutely mashes lefties. And also Neil Walker playing third base today. So there's some tinkering going on. They're trying to figure it out.
Chopped. Nice backhanded stop by Falefa, and he throws out Austin. That first terrific play by Kiner Falefa for the second out.
This is Gold Glove caliber right here. This has got a lot of top spin, and that was a nice pick to go get it, make it a short hop, and then finish the throw right on the money. Well done.
We knew with the hardest to pronounce name, of course, Falefa was going to be very active and involved early. Here's Neil Walker. As David mentioned, getting the start at third tonight. Good problems to have, right? Too many good players, not enough spots for all of them.
Good problems to have, but it can put some stress on management and the manager. You don't want to lose somebody that you might need down the road, if that's what it comes down to. And obviously, roster discussions. Rocky's covered it. We've all covered it. Drury's down in AAA. There's moves to be made. Greg Bird's coming back.
Yesterday, Aaron Boone saying that Bird could be back within the week. Said the reports on his at-bats have been very good. You see how Walker has come on of late offensively.
And to these guys' credit, they're making the decision harder. Neil Walker, he's really come on, obviously, lately after the slow start. And Tyler Austin, what can you say about him?
Right. You think about it, Dave, really every one of them. Anybody who would be in doubt, even Andujar, if there was any questions about that. His bat has gotten hot again. Multiple hits in 3 of the last 6 games. Neil Walker's on base percentage, the highest in baseball over these last 10 games. Walker loops that into left field, and that is going to get down for a base hit. Sanchez will score. Walker headed for second. He is there with a 2-out RBI double, and the Yankees score first. It's 1-0 here in the second.
Bloopers work in baseball when they're well placed. It's a thing of beauty in the box score. A blooper inside the line, an RBI. Scurry around first and get a double.
A number worth repeating. The Yankees 23-3 when they score first, best in baseball. Here's Torres. Strike 1. Aaron Boone got a kick out of the note that Torres was just 3 months old when Bartolo Colon made his major league debut. Torres powers that deep to left field, and he has another. . Gleyber Torres doesn't just hit him out, he hits bombs.
It's one of the oldest sayings in baseball, a bloop and a blast. Neil Walker with the bloop. There's the blast. Off the bat, everybody on the field and in the stands knows it. All that's left is just to watch it.
If you think about his 5 home runs, I mean, they have just been demolished. That one 418 feet to left field.
Listen. Loud and long.
Gallo barely even gave it a look. It's rolled to first and through the legs of Guzman. Gardner rounding first. He's headed for second. He might have third in him. He's headed for third. And Gardner will be there standing. Now, did it touch a fan down? Oh, it got stuck. It got stuck under the wall. And so Gardner will retreat to second after the E3 as the Rangers add to their league-leading tally of errors.
Well, first, that's a big league error. Right under the glove. He's there, should field it, and Mazar does the right thing. It's stuck. Throw your hands up. And what would have been a triple because of that is now going to be ruled a double. And Aaron Boone wanted to talk about it. Brett Gardner's out at second talking to the umpire. It is, in that situation, the easy call for the umpires just to say, up, ground rule double. There is some discretion involved. Aaron Boone doesn't like it. Hey, a little common sense. Talk about that. Can you? Nope. Back to second base goes Gardner.
Here's Judge. Guzman is regarded as the best defensive player on the Rangers for a team that is really poor defensively. But obviously let that one go through the wickets. It extends the inning into the teeth of the Yankees lineup with 3 runs already in here in the second. Two and one.
Just because you and I are kind of geeks, you know, we're into this kind of stuff.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, Gleyber Torres, 418 feet on his home run. 105.7 miles an hour off the bat. 25-degree launch angle. Perfect.
That's chopped to third. Falefa will pound and fire across in time to end the inning, but the Yankees score 3 with 2 outs. The final 2 courtesy of that young man. 5th home run of Gleyber Torres' career, and it went a long way. Sergio Romo started games back-to-back days for the Rays. As we talked about yesterday, that innovative tactic, and you see the strong start from Ohtani, who has been great at the plate and on the mound. He is scheduled to start Sunday at Yankee Stadium. And as of now, he's scheduled to start against Tanaka.
Get your tickets.
That's it. The phones of Kevin Dart's office are going to be ringing off the hook. That is crushed. Gallo goes upper tank. Rangers on the board.
Joey Gallo doing what Joey Gallo does. When he connects, they go. Come to the ballpark, you sit in that upper deck. Do you really think you're going to get a ball? Well, yeah, bring your glove when Joey Gallo hits.
422 feet for Gallo. Little running drag bunt was taken too hard by Odor, and he's retired by Austin for the first out.
It's like my cousin Vinny, right? Is it Callow or Gallo? What it is gone. 103.4, 422 feet, and that was up there.
And that guy did not bring his glove.
You barehanded?
He tried to no avail. He didn't look like he was in the best fielding position. To your point about Gallo's bombs, since the start of 2017, the average home run for Joey Gallo prior to that last blast, 408.2 feet, highest in the American League.
Surely you're old enough for my cousin Vinny.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I was going to tell you, like
okay.
it's the shows where I'm lagging behind, but now catching up thanks to YouTube and your show suggestions.
It's all right. I mean, nothing wrong with going back, and no way you could have watched shows like that.
My cousin Vinny, though, I love. Huge Marissa Tomei fan. As Chirino strikes out. She had one of the all-time great little cameo roles on Seinfeld, too.
Yes. Oscar winner, right, for her role
in My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
Which might have given Bill Belichick his greatest podium moment when he quoted My Cousin Vinny a couple years ago in the playoffs. Gregorius, the diving stop. Does he have the strength on the arm? Oh, yeah, he does. Austin digs it up. And a sparkling finish to the bottom of the second, courtesy of Gregorius, and then Austin on the receiving end. The full body length dive and the throw in time. Lead on the Rangers, top of the third inning. First game of a 3-game set before the Yankees head home. 2-out bloop double from Neil Walker to drive in the Yankees' first run, then a mash 2-run homer for Gleyber Torres. Joey Gallo answered with a solo shot on the upper deck.
And another kind of ho-hum great play by Didi to finish off that inning. We just gloss over it, but the Yankees up the middle as strong as we've seen in a long time.
Stanton breaks his bat. We need another.
Think about what? Willie Randolph and Bucky Dent had a lot of range up the middle. Willie Randolph was a great second baseman. But Didi and Gleyber now, I mean, look at this play. That's 107.4 miles an hour off the bat. An absolute smash. And not right at him. Didi had to cover some ground to go get that.
Full body length. And then able to gather and throw quickly enough. One thing we've seen it throughout the year, but especially over the last couple of games, the positioning up the middle has taken away a lot of hits from the Royals and now the Rangers already a couple times tonight. Obviously, Didi still had to range far there, but was started closer to the bag. Stanton, that's a high chopper. Odor backs up and throws out Stanton for the first out.
Right to your point, Ryan. I mean, that's normally, you know, where a second baseman would be playing. But 2-3 steps and a full dive right off the end of the mitt, too. Right in the web.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
On a ball that was absolutely smashed. And finishes it off.
Now looking to break out at the plate. 1 for his last 46. First time up, hit a smash, just hung up for DeShields in center field. That's one of the things that Didi has constantly said. Meredith told us about it in his first at bat, that he's not changing too much at the plate because he, in general, feels pretty content with the contact, just not the results. That's chopped slowly to second. Odor throws out Gregorius for the second out. New York Yankees baseball is brought to you by Audi. Visit your Tri-State Audi dealer and get behind the wheel of the Audi model you've always wanted. Two out. Gary Sanchez steps up. He scored the Yankees' first run. Reached on a broken bat single into center field. Sanchez, the fastest in Major League history to 10 career multi-home run games. He's saying that hit him.
Aaron Boone is saying, hold on just a second. You gotta almost go by the sound.
This sounds like a double click, right?
Yeah, a little bit of a ricochet. Kind of like Sanchez's attitude. It's like, hey, it hit me. No, I still want to hit. No, that's all right. Never mind.
Right. It's not the worst thing for him to stay in the box. That's about as close as it could be.
Yeah, it really is. A little wristband, maybe. We heard a double click, that's for sure.
Roll to third. Falefa will throw out Sanchez, and that will end the inning. Yankees go down 1-2-3, 3-1 Bombers as we head to the bottom of the third in Texas. Picks Morning News Crew with all the news, weather, and traffic you need to start your day. Mornings from 4:30 to 9 on the Pix 11 Morning News, New York's very own. Ryan Rucco, David Cohn, Meredith Morakovitz with you in Arlington, Texas. A 3-1 Yankees lead, bottom of the third. We saw some sparkling defense from Didi Gregorius to end the bottom of the second, but he's sort of been training for these well-groomed fields for a long time, right, Meredith?
Well, not exactly, Ryan. I actually had the opportunity to go to Curacao and spend some time with Didi Gregorius for a Yankees Access show, and I asked him, why does he think the small country produces so many middle infielders? And he has a theory on it, saying that the fields growing up, not the best there, a lot of little rocks in them, and he thinks that that actually helped his reaction time, made him focus a little bit more, and really was a benefit moving forward. Now, you have to have the tools to begin with, but perhaps that threw him over the edge, and Jurickson Profar actually had a little mishap when he was young on one of those fields. A ball hit a rock, it hit him in the mouth, knocked out his front tooth, and he was rushed to the hospital. Luckily okay, and things clearly have worked out okay for him now in the majors.
And he's got all the teeth there as well. That's recovered too, as the Shields chases and goes down on strikes.
Yeah, I mean, you're in the big leagues, you got big league dental insurance, right? You can go get some new chompers.
You were part of the union. You were helping make that happen.
Yeah, you're covered.
And there is just such a tremendous amount of pride from guys that came from Curacao, because there are not that many of them. According to Baseball Almanac, just 8 active players came from the country, which doesn't seem like a lot, but when you consider the fact that the population is just about 160,000, it is a decent amount. And Didi Gregorius and the guys from there really take pride in the fact that they're trying to grow the game. He said it's great we have a lot of guys from the country now, but we want to make sure in the future there are even more. So they have a Curacao Baseball Week that they have every year, and a lot of those guys go back and act as counselors and coaches for that camp.
That's terrific insight and information, Meredith, and love those shots we saw of Didi in Curacao when Meredith went and did that Yankees Access show with him. I asked Didi, do they have a group chat with everybody? Because they all track each other, but he said, no, we let each other do our own things during the season. We spend most of our time hanging, working out after the season together.
How about Troy and Willie down in the truck, rolling in that video?
Oh.
Didn't even miss a pitch.
Mike Medvin, always ready to go.
Med.
I also like that you call our director, John Wilson, Willie.
Yeah, he's been around the block, that guy.
Can't see it on his face, though. The 3-1. Grounded into the shift. Torres throws out Chu, 2 out. Here is Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Have that delayed steal in the first. Reached on a fielder's choice. Falefa actually was going to be catching mostly at AAA as they try and make him a real super utility player, but he was needed at the major league level with all the injuries the Rangers have endured. So instead, he's up here. Torres, yeah, of course he made it look easy. Final out of the third as Gleyber Torres throws out Falefa. 1, 2, 3, go the Rangers. Who is the only active player in the 4 major sports to debut before Cologne? Feeling confident, David?
4 major sports. Wow.
Yeah, well, you need a breadth of knowledge in order to...
That's good, sports fans, yes.
Stay tuned, bottom of the 4th. You wanted a harder question this game.
Yeah, ask and ye shall receive, that's for sure.
I think I have a chance with this one. Hicks drives that into shallow left center. DeShields cutting over right in front of Gallo for the first out. 1997, the year Bartolo Colon debuted.
So somebody in the 4 major sports that debuted before him.
That's right. Before The English Patient won the Oscar. Before Change the World won the Grammy for Song of the Year. ER was the #1 show. Albert Bell, the highest paid baseball player in Gas. Everybody enjoyed that.
How old's Tom Brady?
He's Brady 41. Pro 4.
Check that.
Throws out Austin. But it's not Brady. But yeah. You're on the right track, David. If the answer I'm guessing in my head is right, you're on the right track with that. I don't want to say it yet. I got to wait till the bottom of the 4th, you know. Got to give the fans a chance. Neil Walker Doubled in the Yankees' first run with 2 outs. A little looper into left field. Best on base percentage in baseball over his last 10 games. And ahead 2-0 on Cologne.
You got it? You got the trivia?
Yeah.
You got it?
I got it. That is crushed. Long gone into the upper deck. Neil Walker deposits his first home run of the year. And it's 4-1 Yankees. Right up the tunnel.
Right off the bat, watch his reaction. Yes, thank you.
Wonder if he came back. I think he avoided the silent treatment by dashing into the tunnel, and now is getting the high fives.
He did, and this is 106.6 miles an hour off the bat. The Yankees have a run of over 400-foot home runs. Add this one to the list, 416 feet.
Torres smashed one 418 feet his first time up. A 2-run shot to left. Talked about, David, all these pieces that are in question of are they going to stay, are they going to go? They keep producing, making the decisions even harder on Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone. Ooh, Torres gets plunked by Cologne on the 0-2 pitch, and he'll take first.
Another look. Interesting.
Something to it?
Hard to say.
He's got great control.
If you're going to do it, the Forrest Gump ball is the way to do it. Right in the buttocks.
Torres had homered his first at bat. Walker had just homered before him. We'll see if there's any retaliation. Rolled slowly to first. Guzman will step on the bag and end the inning for the Yankees. Add a run, courtesy of a launch job from Neil Walker. No doubter, his first of the year. 4-1 Bombers. 4th, 1997, was the only active player in the 4 major sports to debut before him. David, I'm going with
Kicker? Was he a kicker?
yes, Adam Vinatieri.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Debuted September 1st, 1996.
I cheated. I looked at Twitter.
What are you doing?
I cheated. I didn't know. I know nothing.
The integrity of the game is you're supposed to be in a silo without the internet at your faculty.
It's so easy, though, just to cheat.
That is a monstrous hopper. Torres will zing out Mazzara for the first out.
You ever hear of Sergeant Schultz? I know nothing.
From Hogan's Heroes.
Oh, okay. You're cheating now. You're going to Twitter.
No. Look, nothing. I didn't have time to look that up.
All right, that's your assignment for tonight, Hogan's Heroes.
That's right. I followed up on Sanford and Son. Very much enjoyed the clips. I may have preferred Taxi, but I like the Sanford. I watched about, I don't know, 7 or 8 different YouTube clips.
Fred, yeah. It's a great show. All of them are great shows.
So Hogan's Heroes is next
you got
for
to
me?
check out a couple of episodes of Hogan's Heroes.
Okay.
Tell me what you think. We'll come up with the Ruco grading system on cheesy 70s sitcoms. So we'll start a podcast.
I like it. I do feel like there'd be a market for cheesy 70s sitcoms podcasts, no?
I think so. I watched entirely too much TV when I was growing up.
But it's serving you now in this career, so. Profar ahead 3-0. Tanaka loses Profar. 3rd walk of the game for Tanaka. He had retired 7 in a row after the home run by Gallo. The 1-out base runner for the Rangers.
Very un-Tanaka-like, excuse me, Ryan. 3 walks, as you just mentioned.
And walking him in front of Gallo, who has seen some of the most extreme shifts in baseball history. Wave and a miss there. The Astros put on some unbelievable shifts against Gallo. Now you see, obviously the runner on first also compromises what you can do shift-wise. Gregorius and Torres both on the right side, but not irregular from a shift you'd normally see. But this is irregular. How about this shift from the Astros on May 11th? I mean, everyone but the left fielders on the right side of second base.
Definitely breaking new ground there.
One and two. On opening day, they actually put 4 outfielders out there. They put Alex Bregman out in the outfield against Gallo. He went from 3rd to left. And then they had 3 outfielders to the right of second. Seattle also did it. They had everyone to the right of second base but the left fielder. Gallo's been asked at length about bunting against the shift. But he has resisted it, has talked about how it would take him out of what he does do well, and also just the idea of being able to effectively bunt against the shift and the difficulty of that. Two and two.
You know, one underutilized pitch for Tanaka, as we see there, Joey Gallo's breakdown. Singles, more home runs than singles. And of course, the strikeout total. But even a guy like Gallo, who strikes out a lot, seems to be spitting on Tanaka's splitters down. It looks like a lot of the Rangers are. That leaves the inside corner open. That little Greg Maddux style Bartolo Colon pitch that would really serve Tanaka well. I think it's underutilized for him. Really keep, especially left-handed hitters, honest when they start taking a lot of your splitters and off-speed pitches down.
Runner goes in the dirt. Safe at second is Profar, as the count is now full on Joey Gallo.
Another off-speed pitch down that Gallo almost not offering at. And a good jump and the right pitch to go on. Slider in the dirt. Look at Gallo. He's not really even offering at that. To me, when I see hitters do that, they're susceptible to inside corner fastballs. And the 1-2 punch of that could really serve Tanaka well.
See where he goes with 3-2. Instead went down and away again.
Noted Tanaka, you know, the fastball usage over the last several years really plummeting, almost in the upper 20% now, just a fastball usage compared to the rest of his pitches. A lot of sliders, a lot of splitters.
His previous career low was in the high 30s, so a significant dive this season. As he loses Gallo and back-to-back walks from Tanaka. David, when you were on the mound, would you read that in the takes and then adjust with that inside corner fastball?
Absolutely. I think it's a weapon that every pitcher really needs, no matter how hard you throw. You've got to be able to be a threat to get a called third strike on the inside corner. It protects your off-speed stuff. And Tanaka, one of the best in the game at getting hitters to chase out of the zone. But when they stop chasing, the complete opposite of that is a freezer on the inside corner. And Tanaka's got the ability to two-seam it too and start it off and run it back to that corner. He's got good control. It's a very much of an underutilized pitch for him. That would, you know, as I said before, it bears repeating. He needs it.
Flirting with some trouble here in the fourth. Sanchez able to keep it in front of him.
John Flaherty, Flash, talks about when he was catching, you know, reading the bat. Sometimes it's reading the take, the way they're taking pitches. There's good takes. You hear Flash, I've heard Flash say that. That was a good take. And that's reading the body language. These guys aren't even offering a lot of these pitches down. That means they're waiting to see the ball, and that leaves them susceptible to harder pitches, higher velocity pitches.
.93 and late, to your point.
You have to throw the fastball enough to protect your off-speed pitches, to protect the integrity of that great splitter that you have.
One. Driven in the air to right field and deep. That is going to tie this game. A 3-run homer for Rougned Odor, his first of the year, and it's 4-4.
can kind of see it coming. Another off-speed pitch. Odor is all over it. Rangers have a plan against Tanaka. They're sitting off speed all night long. And when they're getting it in the strike zone, they're not missing it.
And the walks burning Tanaka in this inning as both of them score. 4 walks for Tanaka. He hadn't had more than 2 in a start yet this year.
Tanaka knew it right away. Back legging it and flipping it.
So the 4-1 lead erased on that one swing from Odor.
Looked like a hanging splitter from Tanaka once again.
Upstairs with the fastball that time. Tanaka's struggled in this ballpark. 2 career starts entering this game at a 9.90 ERA here at Globe Life Park. That was not tipped. Sanchez throws down to first to complete the strikeout of Chirinos, his second K of the game, and the third for Tanaka. That'll send up Ronald Guzman.
Kind of our scouting report coming into this game, right? 2 strike throwing pitchers, but they do give up the long ball potentially. And who's going to win the home run race tonight? And it's on now.
2-2. And they've all been no doubters. Torres and Walker for the Yankees, and Gallo and Odor for the Rangers. And Odor had really been struggling offensively.
Yankees came into this game a plus 16, leading the major leagues in home run differential.
That hit him. Guzman gets plunked on the 0-2 pitch. And that'll turn the lineup over to the top, and Delano to Shields for Texas.
Well, it tries to back leg the slider. Problem is, you got to miss the back leg when you throw it.
Right.
It's going to send Larry Rothschild scrambling. Okay, what do we got? Who's down there? Who are we going to go to? Who's first up? Who's coming up?
Well-rested pen for the Yankees. After Sonny Gray threw 8 innings yesterday in Kansas City, A.J. Cole threw the 9th. Plus, you take into account just how infrequently the Yankees played this week. A lot of arms ready to go.
As Rocky reported in the pregame, a new one too, right? Or a new old one. Giovanni Gallegos is down there.
Yep.
Activated for this game.
Now Larry Rothschild is going to come out and chat with Masahiro Tanaka. Tommy Kahnle on his way back sometime soon. He's pitching for Charleston today. Aaron Boone said he was not going to probably join them in Texas any longer, which was an option at some point, but should be back with him maybe after the off day back in Yankee Stadium. And Meredith Marakovitz informs us that in his rehab assignment tonight in Charleston, Canely threw 2 innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 run, 2 strikeouts. And so a pen that has been really effective is about to get even deeper. Adam Warren also working his way back. Right back to Tanaka. Fires to first, and that will end the inning. But the Rangers tie the score, a 3-run homer off the bat of Odor. It's a 4-4 game. Game after the 3-run homer by Rougned Odor off of Masahiro Tanaka ties things up here at Globe Life Park. Aaron Judge takes high for ball 1. Judge 0 for his last 17. The way Jonathan Holder had gotten up in the Yankees pen as DeShields grounded out off Tanaka to end the inning. Judge pummels that. Center field. DeShields can just watch it fly. Aaron Judge gives the Yankees the lead back with his 12th home run of the year.
A real Texas slugfest going on now as Aaron Judge hits it halfway up the grassy knoll.
And the 0 for 17 is over with a loud, long blast to center field. Stanton smashes that through the left side for a base hit.
Of course you want to know this, don't you? I know I do. Very Aaron Judge-like numbers. 436 when it landed.
Five home runs already in this game. No cheapies. Who's in your keys to the game, David?
Got up to around 90 degrees down here today. Warm weather, ball carries. It's always been kind of a jet stream down here in this ballpark as well, mostly to right center. No jet stream needed on these blasts.
Rangers entered this game having allowed the 5th most home runs in baseball. But the Yankees trying to shoot them down that list. Doug Brocail, their pitching coach, watching Cologne give up 3 homers so far tonight. Gregorius chases, and it's 1-2. Didi lined out to center his first time up and grounded out to second. Also has made a couple of really nice plays in the field. And Gregorius down on strikes.
Bartolo going in deep into his bag of tricks. A slow changeup with a little wrinkle at the end at 80 miles an hour.
Here's Gary Sanchez. 1 on, 1 out, 1-run Yankee lead. And ball 1. Sanchez 4 for 10 in his career off of Cologne. A couple of doubles and a home run. Check on Stanton. Smashed, just foul. As Gary Sanchez flirted with an extra base hit.
Another changeup for Bartolo, and Gary just a hair out in front. All over it.
Stanton leads off first. Gets the call on the outside corner, 1-2. Sanchez wasn't too sure.
See Bart driving the bus, wants to go with the changeup again.
The 1-2. Had Gary fooled, just able to nick it to stay alive.
It's one of those nights for a veteran pitcher where you have to invent stuff. You're really reaching deep into everything that you've learned over your almost 45 years of life and a lot of years of pitching. He's thrown pitches tonight I've never seen him throw in different variations of changeup, speeds, complete search mode at this point for Bartolo, trying to navigate this tough Yankee lineup.
Trying to navigate Sanchez, who stays alive.
Breaking out a screwball now, trying to turn it over. Only Bartolo could do this.
Doug Brocail hoping that whatever he comes up with works, at least for a night.
Like backyard wiffle ball stuff right here. Let me try this grip. See what this one does.
The 1-2. Better swing that time as Sanchez hung back, fouled it straight back.
You know, I kind of kid, Ryan, but there is a lesson to be learned here, and sometimes less is more. And Bartolo knows that lesson. And a lot of times with young pitchers, when they have a game like this and they get into trouble, they try to throw harder. They grip it a little tighter. I need to add. I need to throw harder. These guys are hitting me, and Bartolo's the other way. No, no, no. Let me go softer. Let me take a little more off. Let me get the ball to move this way a little more.
Two and two. Popped up. Right side behind home. Guzman makes the play. The first baseman coming down for the second out. And Colon able to innovate his way to that out.
Bartolo throwing below hitting speed. This one at 86, a two-seamer. See, it's up. It's actually kind of ugly. But no panic from Bartolo, and the speed variations are probably the only chance he has to get through this inning and this lineup.
Aaron Hicks 0 for 2 so far tonight after a 7 for 12 series in Kansas City. Aaron Boone was talking about Hicks before the game, said he's been so comfortable with the way Hicks has controlled the strike zone the entire year that really all he saw in Kansas City was him finally getting results. Feels like his timing has been pretty good throughout the season as well. Maybe was able to impact the baseball a little bit more strongly in Kansas City, but for the most part, just felt like he was getting the results to match the way that Hicks has controlled the strike zone. And Aaron Hicks with 2 inside the park home runs this season, including one the other day in Kansas City. One of them a little tighter at the end, rounding third than the other. You see, in Detroit, he had to dive. In Kansas City, he was able to just smile. He did have a big grin in both those. He was crossing home. And as Meredith had told us, he had never had an inside the parker at any level. Also had not hit cleanup since before high school before yesterday. The 2-1. Oh, the strike as Hicks was twisting out of the way. It's 2-2.
Everything was away, 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 and then the two-seamer running back to the corner, and another look. Hicks doesn't think so. Borderline at best.
The 2-2. That one does not get back to the corner, and the count is full with 2 outs. That means Stanton will be running on the release from Cologne.
Same pitch. Almost, right?
Very close.
Actually, a little better, maybe. That's where the count affects you. Umpires are more reluctant to ring you up and call third strike on a pitch like that.
There goes Stanton, the 3-2. And we'll do it again.
The last 2 pitches, that's called. That's got maybe the edge. Yeah, that one's a little further in. I'm not a very good umpire.
Jerry Davis behind the plate tonight. Got Hoberg at first, Nick Lentz at second, and Mark Carlson, the third base umpire. There goes Stanton again. The 3-2 is outside, ball 4. Hicks held up. And the Yankees have 2 on with 2 out, and Tyler Austin coming to the dish. See, the strike ball ratio is very good.
Nothing wrong with the ratio or the pitch count. It's the inning that those pitches have happened in. That's the problem here.
2 on, 2 out. Here's Austin. 0 for 2 so far tonight. Getting the start against the righty Cologne. I was talking to Austin the other day about why he said lefty so well, and he said, you know, I don't really change my approach. Usually I trust myself to catch up to the fastball, so later in counts I have no problem thinking breaking ball, righty or lefty. And then he joked and he said, but sometimes, you know, you still get fooled because they're major leaguers and they're really good. One and one.
It's the constant battle to try to get a good pitch to hit. Really as simple as that. Jumping up here in the 5th. Pitch number 27 on this inning coming.
Cologne will turn 45 on Thursday. Here's the 1-1. That's outside, 2-1. Action in the Rangers bullpen as Matt Bush is up. Matt Bush just back with the Rangers today. Swing and a miss, 2-2. It has been a deliberate, methodical top of the 5th inning.
It's what home runs do to pitchers. Got to be a little more careful. Start nibbling a little more.
Here's the 2-2. Swing and a tip held on to by Chirinos, and that will end the inning. So Cologne gets out of further trouble, but not before Aaron Judge puts the Yankees back on top. 436 feet to center field, his 12th of the year. Dynamic Lexus IS, thrilling by design. By Altice One, by Optimum. And brought to you by your local Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyOffers.com. The queso being slapped on there here in Arlington, Texas. That hot dog is called the boomstick.
Bring one up here. I'm hungry.
Now we know if you were Paul O'Neill, within an out, it would be here, right?
O'Neill's got the food covered, no doubt.
Absolutely does. That is looped over Walker and into left field, a base hit. Rangers have the leadoff man on here in the bottom of the fifth against Tanaka.
Coming right at you in your living room, the slider on the fist. Doesn't even reach the outfield grass. Bounces on the dirt, right to Gardy.
Here is Kiner Falefa, who is 0 for 2 so far in this game. Sacrifice bunting. Tanaka has a play at second, gets the out with Gregorius. And the lead runner is retired on a poor bunt attempt and a highly questionable decision from Kiner Falefa in Texas.
Thank you very much. Tanaka moves on the mound well. He always has. Bounces. Very decisive. Gary Sanchez with the call. 2-2-2. Tanaka throws a strike. Here you go. Oh, wow. Thank you. Here comes an out. Wow. I'm going to cut down the lead runner. Tanaka's a good fielding pitcher.
In the fifth inning of a one-run game with a runner on first and nobody out, that's your number 3 hitter, sack bunting. And we mentioned it before, Kiner Falefa is not your typical number 3 hitter. He just sacrifice bunted in the first inning of a game over the weekend with first and second and nobody out. But you're not going to find any kind of numerical backing to make that seem like a good decision. Zara has been the best hitter on the Rangers this season. Behind in the count, 0-1. Back to Tanaka, to second for one, on to first, and that will end the inning. A 1-6-3 inning-ending double play as Tanaka works around the leadoff single. For $26, you can have that 2-footer. It's 1 pound, all beef, chili cheese, grilled onions.
A bit surprisingly, going to come back out for the 6th. Neil Walker going to step in.
And Walker, a big rip, fouls it straight back. A long home run, first of the year for Walker, his last time up. As you mentioned, David, a little surprising that Colon is still out there.
Shows you the confidence that really not only the manager, the pitching coach, but everybody on that bench has in Bartolo. Trying to squeeze another inning out of him there here. Pitch number 95.
On the outside corner, strike 3.
Right to the glove. No argument from Neil.
Torres homered his first time up, a 2-run blast to left field, and then on an 0-2 pitch was drilled in the hamstring by Colon in his second plate appearance. Torres drives that in the air to center field and deep. DeShields racing back, and Gleyber Torres has done it again. The young man says, "You want to drill me? That's fine. I'll go yard."
Well, for Yankee fans, the answer. Get used to it. Your new second baseman.
That kid is the truth. And he just ended Bartolo Colon's night. First career multi-home run game for Gleyber Torres. And this call to the bullpen is brought to you by Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. Colon's night is done. Yankees lead by 2. Strike one to Brett Gardner after Gleyber Torres ends the night for Bartolo Colon with his second home run off of Colon. They were both destroyed. Five home runs on Saturday for the Yankees, 4 home runs on Sunday. They've already hit 4 so far tonight.
You talk about the Yankees and the energy that these young players bring. You know, another caveat is to watch the confidence grow, the authority that that guy is swinging the bat with. That just comes with I belong.
Second youngest Yankee all time with a multi-home run game. Only Mickey Mantle younger. Seems like every game he's doing something that's the first since Mantle. Or first since DiMaggio. Gardner works a 5-pitch walk. Now, the biggest age difference in Major League history for a hitter-pitcher home run, Giancarlo Stanton with this blast off of Jamie Moyer. They were 26 years, 355 days apart. That came on May 21st of 2012. 6 years ago to the day, Gleyber to Bartolo Colon, 23rd all-time as far as age difference goes. A 23-year, 203-day difference in age between Gleyber Torres and Bartolo Colon. 23rd largest in Major League history as far as the gap goes, but the 3rd biggest age difference in Yankees history. The biggest difference? Mickey Mantle homering off Satchel Paige on August 29th, 1951. 25 years, 105-day difference.
Wow. Satchel Paige.
We were just talking about Satchel in Kansas City after hearing some incredible stories from Bob Kendrick, the president of the Negro Baseball League's museum. Judge laces that to left. Gardner on his horse, headed to third, cut off nicely by Gallo. Judge makes it into second and just holds on a bit awkwardly with a 1-out double.
Scorched. And you got to give Gallo a lot of credit on this. As hard as Aaron Judge hits the baseball, for him to get over and cut this off, saved a run. That's head for the corner. So Gallo, not really known for his defense. Give him credit on that one.
He, like Stanton, is faster than you think, and showed it off there to close the gap as Stanton takes strike one. Infield in. Yankees already with 1 run this inning, courtesy of the Torres homer. One and two. Six home runs in the game, the Yankees with 4 of them. Judge, Walker, and 2 from Gleyber Torres. Stanton punches that to right field. Gardner will tag. He will come home and score. Judge moves to third. It's a sacrifice fly for Giancarlo Stanton. And the Yankees extend their lead to 7-4. Nice job by Stanton in the 2-strike count to get the job done. And now can Didi join the party? He's 0 for 3 tonight, 1 for his last 48. Chad Green up in the Yankee pen.
I do not think Chad Green would be up in the pen if he's not coming in. He's got that look on his face. This is his game now. I doubt we'll see Tanaka come back out. Just a guess.
Gregorius pounds that to left field. Gallo can't get to it. That will score a run. Gregorius into second with a much-needed RBI double. And the Yankees' lead is 8-4.
Well, you said it, Ryan. And all those pitches away that we've been talking about, Didi finally goes out and gets one. Stays back just enough to drive it. Not a bad pitch. That was on the corner and away, so that's a good sign for Didi right there.
The Yankees offense keeps humming and gets the very welcome sign of Didi Gregorius snapping that 1 for 48 skid. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Didi has remained his confident self throughout his struggles, but there's got to be a nice exhale after that hit. That is Didi's first RBI hit since April 27th. He did have a sac fly on May 10th.
Yankees now with 10 hits in this game. 3 different players with 2 hits.
Judge, Torres, and Walker all with multi-hit games. For those of you accustomed to the pitchcast box there at home plate who aren't seeing it, just some technical issues with it. It'll be back.
Whether you like it or not.
How about this, David? First time in franchise history that the Yankees have hit 4 or more homers in 3 straight games. Sanchez looks at strike 3 down the middle, and that will end the inning. But it's been a big night for the 21-year-old phenom. He started it with a monster 2-run shot. Bartolo Colon didn't like it. Thought he was getting some payback. But it's Gleyber Torres who had the last laugh. Another shot to center. His first career multi-home run game. Stadium on Sunday, May 27th, when the Yankees take on the Angels. It's MLB play ball weekend, and the first 10,000 guests, 14 and younger, will receive a Yankees arm sleeve. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com, visit the Yankee Stadium ticket window, Yankees clubhouse shops, or call Ticketmaster at 877-469-9849. The Yankees make the call to the bullpen, brought to you by Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, as Chad Green comes on in relief of Masahiro Tanaka.
Five walks, 33 Ks. That's pretty good.
Tanaka, the pitch count was still manageable if he had wanted to come back out. But, or not if he had wanted to, but if the Yankees would have wanted to run him back out. But he just wasn't that sharp tonight, David. As that is fair down the left field line. It kicks out to Gardner. Headed into second safely with a double is Profar.
I agree, Ryan. It wasn't a pitch count. 5 and fly for Tanaka. You could just sense with Aaron Boone going for the kill here, wanting this game, and Chad Green is rested. We'll have to ask after the game. But nonetheless, Profar greets Green with a double here.
Here's Joey Gallo, who has homered, walked, scored twice. Big rip there. We just get word from Yankees PR as well, David. Another note. After Didi's double, Yankees reached 8 extra base hits tonight. First time in franchise history, and just the 4th time in modern Major League history the team has had 3 straight games with at least 8 extra base hits. Yankees had exactly 8 on both Saturday and Sunday. Sanchez, the snap throw to second. Gregorius was well behind the back. Tonight's high-speed pitch comes from Jersey Mike's Be a Sub Above. 98. Bad location on 0-2. Just missed outside. Now it's 2-2.
See Sanchez's glove just outside the box. And that's what catchers are supposed to do, to try to expand the zone.
And now the count is full on Gallo.
Overthrown a bit there from Chad Green. 98 miles an hour, good velocity. His fastball plays better up than down. Hard to get on top of his high spin four-seamer.
High in the air. Hicks has room. Makes the catch. Profar tags and will make it safely into third. Hicks had some nice arm strength on that delivery. And Green able to retire Gallo.
Well, Chad Green has one thing on mind, coming after you. Good swing right on by with the second one. Up and in, good pitch, like Ryan said. Just missed away, tried to paint, overthrew that one down. This one's not quite up enough. Joey Gallo had a really good swing at that and just missed it. A little bit higher would have been nice.
Took a mean pass at it. One out now. Here's Rougned Odor. 3-run homer his last time up. Takes strike one.
So most pitchers, we talk about command. Does he have good control as being east and west, in and out, inside corner to outside corner? With a guy like Chad Green, it's more up. Command at the top of the strike zone and then one ladder up, one rung up the ladder rather.
Sanchez just able to keep that from scurrying too far away.
See, this is kind of what happens when a pitcher feels too strong. 98 miles an hour, he wants it away, uncorks it down and in, and the fact that Gary got any leather on this at all is pretty remarkable. So Sanchez, much maligned for pass balls, just made a magnificent play right there that nobody really makes.
The 1-1. Driven down the left field line. That is foul. It's gone in the wrong direction for Rougned Odor. Been banged up this year as well.
That was his first home run tonight? Wow.
His 20th game because of the injuries, but still, yeah. For a guy who's hit 30 each of the last 2 years. Strike three, got him swinging. And that time got it up.
Above the belt. Just great carry on Chad Green's fastball, and when he can get it up there, it's hard to catch up to. One of the highest spinning four-seamers in the game does Chad Green possess. That's more about the life on his pitches. Difference between velocity and life. Chad Green has both.
And that's something now they can account for thanks to spin rate. In the air to right field and deep. Judge back on the track, makes the catch to end the inning. So Green strands Profar at third, works a scoreless sixth. It's 8-4 Yankees. Fios, visit getfios.com. Yankees will play 2 more in Texas before an off day, and then 6 straight at home. Good matchups against the Angels and the Astros, and then on the road in Baltimore. That Sunday game against the Angels, Memorial Day weekend coming up. 1:05 start on Yes. Slated to be Ohtani against Tanaka. 8-4 Yankees lead, top of the 7th in Texas. That's going to be one everyone's going to want to watch during their barbecues and whatnot on Sunday.
I don't think you can say enough about what Shohei Ohtani has done out there. It's almost stunning. It's if you know, Major League Baseball is trying to catch up to this kid. I mean, wow. Throwing 100 miles an hour on the mound and hitting long home runs at the plate. When is he playing? When is he pitching? How does this work? Is he in the lineup today? Should he hit when he pitches? Truly a remarkable story is Ohtani and the Angels.
Well, and he has sort of just been assumed to be the eventual Rookie of the Year winner, and he obviously has an incredible chance of winning it, but Gleyber Torres wants to have something to say about it as well. Tyler Austin has also had a very strong start to his rookie year, although we know we've seen him before, but still qualifies as a rookie. And when the Yankees were out in Anaheim, they didn't really see much of Ohtani. Missed him as a pitcher, and he got hurt in the first game of that series, not before homering off of Luis Severino. It's funny, in the clubhouse today, the guys were watching MLB Network, and that highlight came up, and Severino jokingly, "No, don't show me that. Oh, change the channel."
It's like 97 miles an hour, not even a strike, off the inside corner a bit.
Right.
He just turned on it. Not too many people do that to Severino.
Hicks. Nice play by Guzman. And he tosses to first in time for the first out.
Well, we saw him make an error earlier on a much easier play. That was pretty tough with some topspin. Makes the tough play, missed the easy one.
Here's Tyler Austin. Brandon Mann getting going. Now, in case you're wondering, have the Yankees ever had back-to-back Rookie of the Year winners? No. Close. 1968, Stan Bonson won it for them, and then 1970, Thurman Munson won it. Sandwiched in between was a future Yankee, Lou Piniella, who won it in Kansas City in 1969. Torres could pull that off this year. The Yankees would obviously have had Judge last year and Torres this year.
It's back in the days when the Royals were still kind of considered a farm team for the Yankees.
Right.
Not quite, but almost. I mean, back to the Roger Maris days in the 50s, they certainly were. Lou Piniella was big in Kansas City. People don't realize. Rookie of the Year in Kansas City. He was there in 4 years. And look at Gleyber. He's checking Twitter. It's on social media right there.
Lou didn't have that in the dugout when he was a rookie. As Austin goes down on strikes. But we saw some of that popularity and love for Lou over this weekend in Kansas City when he was back. Got several notable ovations.
Obviously, Gleyber on the iPad there. Good shot by our crew. Is checking out the pitcher. What's he got? Maybe a quick at bat. Maybe a couple of quick videos of what Bush features. Recently talking to Lee Mazzilli, whose son LJ Mazzilli got traded to the Yankees from the Mets, and Lee was telling me the story where LJ showed up the first day and he was handed an iPad, and LJ took a look at it and tried to give it back, and they said, no, that's your iPad. Yankee organization, no, these are your at-bats. That's your video, that's yours. Use it.
And if you're in the clubhouse before the game, you see how many players are on those personal iPads and studying their at-bats. Or the opposing pitcher.
Theoretically, guys who have been around a while. Neil Walker right here, for example, against Bush. 15 career at-bats, potentially. Look at those in about 3 minutes. All of those 15 at-bats. Break it down. And then you could also have downloaded on your iPad similar hitters to you. How did he? This guy's kind of like my style of hitter. What did Matt Bush do against that guy? Let me pull up those videos. Seconds later, you've got the info you need.
Walker lifts it to left. Gallo backpedals and puts it away for the final out of the top of the 7th. Yankees a 4-run lead as we go to the bottom of inning number 7. At mybobs.com. Yankees with an 8-4 lead. Masahiro Tanaka wasn't very sharp, 4 walks, a season high, but got through 5 innings. Bartolo Colon was slammed by the Yankees, most notably Gleyber Torres, with 2 long home runs against Colon, who served up 4 of them, including Neil Walker's first of the year and Aaron Judge's 12th. Chad Green on in his 2nd inning of work. That's not coming back. Guzman goes yard. 8-5.
We said it before. An old Texas slugfest. And that ball is just absolutely mashed.
It's 3 balls in that upper deck. Walker, Gallo, and now Guzman.
What a home run derby contest down here in Texas. A little preview of the All-Star game. That might have been the longest one right there.
Might have been.
444 3 feet. Halfway up the upper deck.
And indeed, the longest of the night. Joking before about, do you bring your glove if you're sitting up there? I hope these fans did. David Robertson getting cooking in the Yankee pen. This Green misses and is 3-1. Count full.
We used to use this term a lot when evaluating pitching. You know, you see a guy like Chad Green here in the last few outings. It's not about being wild in terms of walking guys, you know, throwing strikes, no problem there, but being wild within the strike zone is a whole nother thing. Especially for somebody who throws predominantly fastballs. So controlling the top end of the strike zone, we mentioned last inning, very important for Chad Green. Go in and out, throw your strikes to get ahead. He's had trouble finishing off hitters. Of course, when you give up a big home run, that's going to chase you off the plate a little bit. Last thing you want to do is walk this guy.
He did not, but that's ripped to center, right at Hicks for the first out. MLB At Bat is your #1 Yankees app. Customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get Yankees home screen icons and features such as the MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB At Bat today. Jesse Chavez throwing for the Rangers. Yankees have won 8 straight series, first time since 1998. It's the first of 3 against Texas. Chu lofts that into center and deep. Hicks back, has room in front of the wall for another loud out. 2 down.
The outfielders have that look on their face today, don't they? All of them. Turn around and go get it.
And it's not a matter of this is carrying and that's carrying. There's just been a lot of well-struck balls tonight in Texas.
A lot of burnt wood smell down here.
Right to Gregorius. And that will end the inning. After 7, the Yankees with a 3-run lead. Memorial Day event. A lot of hits, a lot of damage in that Yankees lineup, including more damage at the bottom of the order. 8 and 9. Leo Walker and Gleyber Torres with big evenings thus far. New pitcher, Jesse Chavez. He'll face 9-1-2 with Torres leading off. Youngest Yankee with a multi-home run game since Mickey Mantle. And if you look at the 3 youngest Yankee multi-home run games in franchise history, it's Mantle, DiMaggio, and Torres.
Just seems like we're getting a lot of that, right? I mean, Mickey Mantle's name is mentioned. Joe DiMaggio's name's mentioned a lot. What they did when they first broke in.
Hey, there's the Mick. Gotta love it with no name. Torres flips that right to first. Guzman snares it for the out. Now, it obviously didn't happen in that at bat, but in case you were wondering, the youngest player in Major League history with a 3 home run game, Al Kaline, was 20 years old, 119 days, April 17th, 1955. After him, Eddie Matthews. Torres would have been the 3rd youngest. Still could be.
Well, that's the exciting part, especially with Gleyber Torres, is you think about other great players that get the head start on, at that young of an age, at 21, already doing things to start out their career of a historical nature. By the time he's 27 years old, he'll already have 6 or 7 years in the big leagues, similar to like Mike Trout has done that. Bryce Harper in that situation where they broke in early. Get you excited as a Yankee fan.
Today, Nationals 19-year-old Juan Soto, who's just called up, got his first start, hit a home run. 19, first career homer. Gardner works the walk.
21 years old, 21 years old. Gee, I was looking for a Kager at a frat house. I mean, come on. This kid's matching up with Mickey Mantle numbers.
How much different is that than 55-year-old David Cone, though,
I've grown a lot. Not.
Judge homer broke a 4-4 tie back in the 5th, and he doubled and scored in the 6th. Snapped in 0 for 17 with a homer and a double in back-to-back innings. I was talking about it the other day, but it's worth mentioning again. Brett Gardner said the thing that blows him away is usually, no matter how highly touted a prospect is, there's some sort of adjustment period, and you see it. And a lot of times it manifests and then going down to the minors and coming back. So with these guys, no adjustment period. They come up, they contribute right away, and they just seem totally calm and poised throughout it all.
Yeah, the adjustment period's going the other way. More confidence. Swinging with more authority.
Sanchez is one of those guys. Since he came up at the end of 2016, he hasn't looked back. Of course, you throw Judge in that mix. Now Torres.
Spelling a core 5, a core 4 again?
Yeah. Gardner goes, pitches a strike. Gardner is safe.
Good jump, high leg kick from Chavez. Gardner picks his pitch, and that was really the difference. Hand is in just before the tag. And when you're trying to decide as a base runner whether to steal or not, all those factors come into play. How fast the pitcher is to home, how quick the catcher is. Good read by Gardner. Catcher's pop time, we'll hear that a lot. How quick a catcher can pop up and get rid of it.
And Judge looks at strike 3. He thought it was ball 4, was ready to take first. Instead, he's down on strikes. Take a look at the out-of-town scores, brought to you by your Tri-State Volkswagen dealers. Phillies Braves, 2 young, talented teams in the NL East. Nationals thumped the Padres. Mets a shutout win. Orioles leading the White Sox. You see Minnesota, Detroit, and what Kansas City's up to. You know, we talk about the adjustment period as Judge. Let's take a look at that strike 3.
Just underneath the K zone there.
Of course, Judge did go through some struggles, bounced back. But one of the things Gardner and the other veterans have marveled at with all these guys is how any sort of bump in the road, they all maintain such a positive disposition. We really saw that with Judge in the second half of last year. One and one on Stanton. 1-2. It was Fangraphs the other day, David, that had done a breakdown of those low fastballs against Judge and just how unlucky he's been with those calls this year.
6-7. Stands to reason, right? I mean, I know there's an algorithm built into that pitch cast or really any radar tracking mechanism that you use. It's supposed to adjust depending on the strike zone of the individual player. You might have to recalibrate it for Aaron Judge. There is always a margin for error. You know, nothing is perfect. You know, we tend to look at that pitch cast strike zone and, you know, well, that ball was an inch outside or a little bit low, and there's a little bit of margin for error, and obviously the human interpretation, the human element of each individual umpire. But you're hearing more and more of the momentum of automated umpires behind home plate, automated strike zones. We're not there, but that momentum is growing.
Stanton hits that hard, backhanded by Profar. The long throw dug up by Guzman for the final out of the top of the 8th. So Gardner is stranded. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning with the Yankees leading by 3. Rangers getting 3 home runs. Gallo, Odor, and Guzman. They've put up 5 runs so far tonight. The Yankees an 8-5 lead in the bottom of the 8th inning, as David Robertson comes on after 2 innings of work from Chad Green. ERA a little higher than what Robertson is accustomed to. The strikeout to walk still excellent, and the hits still below 1 per inning.
That's what Aaron Boone had in mind. Let's go ahead and have Tanaka 5 and fly. Let's get 2 out of Green, 1 out of Robbie. And then you've got Chapman ready to go.
You didn't call him Chappie this time.
No.
Any temptation?
Yeah. I got to fight it every time.
Big wave and a miss. Zara 0 for 2 so far tonight. Grounded into an inning-ending double play in the 5th. Last batter that Tanaka would face, and that followed a highly questionable decision from the number 3 hitter Falefa, sacrifice bunting with a runner on first and nobody out in the 5th inning. Turned into attempting to sacrifice bunt because Tanaka cut down the lead runner at second.
You know, that's an interesting point, Ryan. I mean, it's not, you know, the debate between whether to bunt or not to bunt, old school, new school, whatever you want to call it. The traditional sacrifice bunt, the thing that's left out of the equation is, can you bunt? Can you get it down?
Lazaro walks to lead off the 8th. Tomorrow the Bombers are back on Yes after another showdown with the Rangers. Start your game night at 7 o'clock with Audi batting practice today in the Chevy pregame. Then following Yankees coverage, do not miss an all-new episode of Homegrown, The Path to Pinstripes. That is all tomorrow night only on Yes. Cannot more highly recommend that show. But you're right, David, that's a part of the equation people don't ever factor in, is just the ability to execute the sac bunt.
You know, and it's not meant as a knock on the modern player. They're just not asked to do it as much. So the efficacy of the, you know, the ability to bunt, to get it down, to properly do it, is greatly diminished in today's game. So that should factor into the equation as to whether or not to even try it, especially a sac bunt with a man on first,
which you see so rarely in today's game. Never mind in the 5th inning, never mind a number 3 hitter. Even if Falefa is not your typical number 3 hitter, which he obviously is not.
National League game a little different with the pitcher. That's another thing that has gained momentum, is to DH or not. The argument 10, 20 years ago was get rid of the DH. Now it's swung completely the other way. Add the DH to the National League is gaining momentum.
What do you think?
I like the debate. Sometimes, you know, a little controversy is good.
A mile high down the right field line. Judge and Torres over, and Judge cannot make the play. Unable to haul it in. It's a foul ball.
It's a good idea by Torres to hear those footsteps coming, and Judge almost there. I mean, he really had it. So he kind of drifted and tripped just a bit. It looked like a little slight stumble from Judge as he went off of the grass and under the dirt.
Also definitely conscious of when he was going to get to that wall. Called no play, not an error. The 1-2. Chopped right to first. Austin taps the bag. One down as Mazzara advances to second. When it comes to that DH debate, the value is not in seeing pitchers hit, with very few exceptions. It's just about the way the game unfolds as it goes on as a result of the pitchers being in the lineup.
Right. See a guy like Jacob deGrom get hurt hitting and batting, it might change your mind a little bit.
Sure.
The one bugaboo, and I'll leave it here, is that throughout the minor leagues, they don't let the pitchers hit, so you get no practice, no training. The first time I hit in the big leagues, the last time I hit before that was high school with an aluminum bat. So they, I think you're doing a disservice to not allowing pitchers to at least get some at-bats in the minor leagues. And you throw them in a big league game and okay, go here, you hit off of guys throwing 100 miles an hour.
Right.
You haven't swung a bat for 5 or 6 years.
And we've seen more and more specialization at younger levels now too with pitchers. Swing and a miss. Sanchez keeps it in front. Gallo down on strikes as Robertson retires him.
Breathe a little easier when you get by that part of the Texas lineup. Even though Odor has a home run as well here tonight.
His 3-run shot off of Tanaka tied this game back in the 4th. Yankees with 4 home runs in 3 straight games for the first time in franchise history. They had 5 on Saturday, 4 on Sunday, and 4 so far tonight. The 0-1. Another nice stop from Sanchez. Action in the Rangers pen as Jake Diekman warming. It's down and now 3-1. On Odor. Robinson Chirinos on deck. He would represent the tying run. The 3-1. On the outside corner, strike 2. Odor was ready to turn and go to first.
Showing respect for Odor. Willing to go with a breaking ball and a potential walk that would, as you said, Ryan, would have brought up a potential tying run.
Here's the payoff. Tap foul.
In those situations, it really comes down to the pitcher and which pitch he thinks he can get over. You know, back in the day, it used to be you had to throw a fastball there because you generally had better control with your fastball than your breaking stuff or any secondary pitches. That's not the case anymore.
The 3-2. Grounded into the shift. Torres ends the inning, and Robertson is through a scoreless 8th. The Yankees an 8-5 lead as we head to the 9th. A 10-1 for the Yankees, 5-5-1 for the Rangers. Yankees trying to make it 3 straight victories as they recovered quickly after their little hiatus from baseball thanks to weather and off days. Dropped that opener to the Royals and then won the final 2 to take that series and have an 8-5 lead here in the top of the 9th. And one of the most positive signs in this game, Didi Gregorius, a well-struck RBI double to left center his last time up. He's 1 for 4, also lined out to center field hard in the first. He's grounded out and struck out too. Roldis Chapman getting loose. Gregorius down on strikes. Our next Picks telecast is Tuesday, May 29th, when the Yankees take on the Houston Astros. Coverage begins at 7. That's Yankees Astros live from the Bronx, right here on Picks 11, New York's very own. Sanchez 1 for 4 tonight, has singled and scored. Takes a strike. 0-2. Smashed, fair, over the bag and down the left field line. Sanchez rounding first as that one kicks off the wall. Headed to second, takes a big turn and will hang on there. 1 out double for Gary Sanchez.
I think Gary's been flirting with this line all night long, it seems like. Couple of close calls before, and finally, right over the bag. Barely. Another look. Just has to catch the corner of the bag. In the umpire's view, that's as close as it gets.
So Sanchez a multi-hit game. Here is Hicks. He has walked 0 for 3. And a trip to the mound is Chirinos. We'll get on the same page with Chavez. Rangers bullpen have been better of late. Over the last 2 weeks, second best pen ERA in baseball to Houston. The Yankees have been able to add on against it since Colon's departure. Trying to tack on a little more here.
Chavez is kind of the definition of a journeyman reliever pitcher. Been around a while. Broke in 08 with Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, Atlanta, Kansas City, Toronto, Oakland for about 3 or 4 years. Back to Toronto, Dodgers, Angels last year. It's his 368th career game. Spot starter as well. He got 70 career games started in the rotation, including 21 last year with the Angels.
Started quite a bit with the A's as well.
Probably his best year, you're right, Ryan, in 2014. And 21 starts with the A's and a 3.45 ERA.
Hicks clobbers that deep to right field, and it is gone. Fifth dinger of the night for the Yankees, and number 5 for Aaron Hicks on the season.
Chavez breaks out the changeup. Hicks breaks out the long ball.
Pretty fun to be a part of that lineup right now. Sonny Gray was talking about it after the game yesterday, and he couldn't help but have this wide smile, saying it's just amazing watching what these guys are doing up and down the entire order. Austin trying to find a hole, cannot. Odor just throws him out for the second out. Aroldis Chapman has sat down, and Jonathan Holder is now up with the 5-run cushion. Walker tries to go the other way. Profar, tough play. He makes it. Nice stretch by Guzman to end the inning. But the Yankees add 2 more. It's 10-5. Is brought to you by Hyundai. You'll find special savings on every new Hyundai now during the Hyundai Memorial Day event. By Purple Bricks. Whether you're buying or selling your home, go to purplebricks.com. By Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. By Mattress Firm, where your budget stretches further. By TD Bank, America's most convenient bank. And by your tri-state Volkswagen dealers. A spring evening in Texas, and the Yankees have broken out the long ball tonight. 5 home runs, a 10-5 lead here in the bottom of the ninth. Jonathan Holder on to try and wrap up this victory for the Yanks. He will face 8-9-1 in the Rangers order.
His numbers have gotten better and better as he's been on a roll as of late. Definitely within the circle of trust of Aaron Boone right now and Larry Rothschild. Last 7 games, whole lot of nothing. 7 2/3 innings and a 0 ERA for Jonathan Holder.
And if you want to, you can go back even further. Has not allowed an earned run in his last 9.
After being demoted earlier this year, made the team out of spring training, went down to Scranton and has come back and reestablished himself as a piece in the bullpen.
With a couple of other trusted pieces on the way, Canely and Warren. We'll start to feel like everybody out there would be part of that circle of trust. Chapman hoping that he gets the day off.
A little false alarm. Had to get heated up a little bit and then sit back down.
Courtesy of Aaron Hicks's 2-run homer. Fly ball down the right field line. Long run for Tyler Austin. He won't get to it. Nor could Judge. Count 2-2. Tanaka started this game, went 5 innings, struggled a bit with his control, out 4 runs. Chad Green through the 6th and 7th, David Roberts in the 8th, and now Holder on in the 9th. In the air, shallow left. Gardner there, 1 out. David, throughout the year, we know we're going to be tracking where the Yankees stack up in their home run total compared to the Mariners pace. The 1997 Mariners with 264 home runs set a major league record. Well, through 44 games entering tonight, the Yankees had hit 67 home runs, 8 home runs ahead of the Mariners pace. They had 59 through 44 games. Now obviously you can add another crooked number tonight with the 5 home runs the Yankees have hit. So they are well ahead of the pace. Oh, and 2.
So you're talking about Ken Griffey Jr., Jay Buhner, Alex Rodriguez, Edgar Martinez, those Mariners.
A lot of Hall of Fame bopping talent in there. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, 2 down.
I had a little trouble with Ken Griffey Jr. He was pretty good. He was pretty good at baseball.
You know, you're just begging me to look up the numbers when you say that.
They're fat.
Rangers down to their last out, and there's strike one to DeShields. The Mariners hit 60 home runs through 45 games, so the Yankees 12 ahead of the Mariners' pace. Se 7 for 31 with 3 home runs. Griffey off of you. 7 for 31 is pretty good, David.
Does that include postseason?
No.
I remember one in the 8th inning of Game 5 in '95 that went in the upper deck.
It's only regular season, in fairness. Here's the 1-2 from Holder. Ooh, just missed inside.
Jerry Davis easily could have pulled the trigger on that.
The 2-2 popped up into right field. Judge is there, and that is the ball game. 3rd straight win for the Yankees. 10-5 the final in Texas. Aaron Boone's team keeps rolling. And the Yankees another business-like victory.
Even the manager's got his swagger going, right? I mean, how could you not feel great about